I am here to debunk the myth that there is no data, and today we will be talking about the global cruise tourism data and how it affects the Eastern Caribbean, Jamaica, Turks and Caicos, and Curacao. So if you want to know everything about data, if you struggle about getting data, especially from cruise tourism, then make sure that you follow this episode today. Hi, I'm Rooney Calmera, and I am the host of the Data Analysis and Policy Show. I am on a mission to debunk the myth that there is no data for the Caribbean, especially the Eastern Caribbean, Jamaica, Turks and Caicos, and Curacao. A lot of students of mine, they tell me there is no data. Where do I get all the data? How is it possible that I'm doing all these analysis with this data? And that is one of the things that a lot of people analyze in the economy, they struggle with. That's why during the next days, I've been doing it already for 2 weeks, I am debunking the myth. Where is the data? So, I am creating something really great, and it's only going to be for some people. So if you want to be notified when this is available, only for 50 people are going to be possible to join this. Then, if you want to be notified, then I want you to click on www.caribbeanstrategicboardroom.com, caribbeanstrategicboardroom.com/waitlist, and make sure that you join my community. It's a community of high achievers, community of people that want to not only talk about operational stuff, but strategy. It's about people that want to analyze the economies of the Eastern Caribbean, Jamaica, Turks and Caicos, and Curacao. It is people who are using their analysis based on data, on quantitative data, to come to the right policies, to write policies, etc., or to advise policymakers. Now, today we have a great episode, a short episode, I hope, and it is about data. So I'm going to give you some data. I've already looked at a lot of data. I looked at a lot of data, look at the past episodes where I showed already data for different islands, and today we're going to take it a little bit further. We're going to go to the global level. Why the global level? Because a lot of indicators, you need to know what is happening in the world, and so that you can check the impact on the Caribbean. Now, I have many friends who live on the islands in the Eastern Caribbean, in Jamaica, Turks and Caicos, and Curacao, and these economies, they are dependent on the cruise. So, what's the total market of the cruise? Do you know how big is the total market of the cruise? What are the people on the cruise? What are their characteristics? What is the number of the market share of the Caribbean? Is Caribbean big or not? So all these questions, where do you find this data? All these questions, you might say, hey, there is no data about it. If you're living on St. Martin, for instance, or Turks and Caicos, you're thinking, okay, we don't know what our share of the total Caribbean cruise tourism is. Now, I'm going to share you some data. It is data up till 2019. So, I think a lot happened in 2020, but you will see the pattern of the past till 2019, and you will also see what the cruise tourism is about. So let me share my screen, and if you have any questions, let me share my screen, and I will go to my screen, And I am here in a great document, and this document is called Cruise Industry Overview 2019 of the FCCA. And the FCCA is an association. I will just look at it. FCCA is an association of many of the cruise ships companies in the world, in the industry. So they have a good representation, and they produce this report. I will share this link with this report with you in the comments. So let's see if you got it. There it is. It's coming your way. That is the report. Let me see. I already posted it. Yes, that's the report. So you can get that report. Now, let's take a look at this report right now. So the first thing, go there. The first thing you see is the FCCA is the Florida Caribbean Cruise Association. Okay? It's a great table of contents with the cruise industry. And we have onboard employment overview. Even the people the people working on the cruise ships, they spend a lot of money also. And then we have the potential supplier checklist. We have the environmental overview. We have the frontline destination training. A lot of information. But let me just show you some information first. Now, here you see the global ocean cruise passengers in millions. Look at that. 30 million expected in 2019, 2018, 28.2 million. That is, and it has increased from about 17.8 million to 30 million. So this is a growing industry. Of course, in Corona, you would see a drop over there. But when the Corona is over, this pattern will take its course again. This is huge. Of course, in 2019, those are estimates, but this is the global view. Now, here to the right, you see the deployed capacity share. So that's how much do we have, how important are we in the Caribbean? Now you see 34.4% is the Caribbean share. That's a huge share. So there are many cruise ships, a lot of people coming to the Caribbean. Deployed capacity share. Now I have to check what this exactly means, but you can read this report and then check exactly what is the deployed capacity share. But you see, Caribbean has a huge impact. This is one of the sectors that we are playing where we have a huge share. Now I'm saying we, I mean Eastern Caribbean, Turks and Caicos, Jamaica, Curacao, and the other islands in the Caribbean. We are a big player. I know, for instance, for St. Martin, I'm also studying the economy of St. Martin. They had about 1.7 million cruise tourists, and Curacao were also hitting, I think, 700,000, about 700,000, 750,000 cruise tourists in the previous year before the COVID pandemic. Now, when you do a simulation and you see what is going to happen with economies in 2020, you have to take out most of those cruise tourists and then see what happens with the economy. Of course, the stayover is also a big part, and you take that out and you will see that huge impact on the economies. So that's how we calculate that in the economic models. By the way, I have 12 macroeconomic models of each of the islands of the Eastern Caribbean and Curacao, Jamaica, Turks and Caicos. So if you're wondering what is an economic model, make sure you join my CaribbeanStrategicBoardroom.com/waitlist, and I will tell you more about that. So look at this. Where are the passengers coming from? Look at that. You see 11.2 million in 2017. 11.9 million is from the USA. The US market is the biggest market where they come from. So can you imagine if there is a huge recession in the USA? The economy is going down in the USA. Can you imagine that these people, they lose their jobs and less of these people will travel in cruise tourists? So forget about Corona right now, but if there is something happening in the United States, of course you will, in the economy. That's why we study also the economy of the United States. That's why I took a look at the debt situation in the United States in one of the previous episodes. Go watch that episode. Now, then you have China here, 2 million, but I expect China to be growing, to be rising. Maybe China will be at least doubling after the COVID pandemic, because China, people are getting wealthier, etc. There is a middle class and they want to travel. So this is a market to check. And then you see Brazil. So a lot of people, they say, let's move on Brazil. Let's look at Brazil. But Brazil is only 0.45 million, so 450,000 people from Brazil. And then you have Australia, Canada. So these are the markets to follow. These are the markets. This is the driver of the cruise tourism sector. If you follow these countries, you know what is going to happen. If you follow the economy of these countries, that's why you can check what is going to happen with the cruise tourists. Now here you see how many FCC member line vessels are there on order, and lower berths, reported price. So that's some information in there. Now, and to the rest, at the right, you will see some predictions of the trends. Now, you have to be careful because these trends were broken by the Corona, but this will also give you a couple of things if you are analyzing what are the trends in the cruise tourism. So there are many trends here described, and this will give you an information about what are the fundamentals of the numbers. Now, you see here the economic impact. So this is interesting. The economic impact. You see 134 billion in total economic impact, and 1.11 million jobs, paying 45.6 billion in wages. So that's basically what this sector is about. It's a global big sector. It was the fastest growing in the leisure market, so I think after the Corona this will also grow again, and it has to do with demographics, the reason why it is growing. There are a lot of elderly people who take a cruise, and they take more cruises. From a capacity standpoint, utilization is consistently over 100%. That's also interesting. And you have especially here something from the Caribbean and Latin American destination. So you have here some informations in the Caribbean. So this is interesting because you can use this information to make your projections for the future to see if this is going to be sustainable or not. Now, total cruise tourism expenditures, 3.36 billion. Here is the money coming in. Sorry, 3.36 billion total cruise tourism expenditures. Now, if you take the 3.36 billion and you divide it by probably the 28 million or the 30 million, you will see the average expenditure. That's a lot. Then you have total employment, 78,954. So that's a lot. And you see the total wage income. Okay, so how much do they spend? How much money do people earn in that sector? And this is interesting. Now it's getting a little bit more interesting about the data. Do you see? I'm debunking that there is no data. There is no information. This information is publicly available. You can use it. Who cruises and why? Look at this. Who is cruising? What is the audience, the customers that are cruising? This is an indication if it is cruising a good way to sample a destination? And then the people are saying, 91% are saying yes. Let me see. And then the rest is saying no. So Generation X, more people saying yes, it's a cruise. Boomer, yes. Traditionalist. So these are the different type of people. These are the different segments of people, of the demographics of the people who are cruising. Okay, likelihood for cruises to return to a previously visited destination by income. Now this is very interesting because it's showing that, let me see, it's showing that the higher the income, the more likely they are to return. You see? So if you target people with higher income, then they are likely to return. While the lower their income, they say like 53% are likely to return. Best vacation type for cruisers versus non-cruisers. So they're telling cruise vacation and non-cruise vacation. That's information. Travelers' preference of cruises versus land vacation by income range. You see that one? More people favor cruise. More people who are rich favor cruise. This is interesting. This is very interesting. I expected it to be completely opposite. That the lower income, that they would prefer more cruise. But here you see different. This is a different thing. Okay, so you can look at the data and then look at the data. Are cruises better or worse than land-based vacations in terms of relaxation? More people. Probably they said this to the people who are already cruising, so that's why it is much higher. So this is interesting. This is an interesting information that you can get here. And here you get the type of work that there is on the deck. You get the type of what kind of working environment is there on the cruise. Okay? Look at the profile of the people working in there. So this is also, I think this is interesting to see what is the process. So basically, if you're living on an island, what would this mean? What is this kind of information? What is this data giving you? This data is giving you what's the process of the cruise. Okay? So what's the process of the cruise so that you can find your way. So look at this information. There are some advertising in there, and you see Anguilla is advertising in there. This is, no, I thought this was Anguilla, but it is not Anguilla, sorry. So look at this publication. Okay, so if you want to stay connected with me, check this. Now, you have seen some data about the cruise tourism sector, the global cruise tourism sector. So, I want you to read that document. I want you to read that document in the link, and then I also want you to join my community by going to CaribbeanStrategicBoardroom.com/waitlist. People tell me, why would I need to join that waitlist? Because you are sending all this information already. You are giving this information. No, when you join that waitlist, you will get more information about the story. Why am I doing this? I'm giving you much more information. And also, you will be the first notified when I release the great thing I am preparing right now for only 50 people. And it will be only 50 people, and it will be only available during a short period of time. You don't want to miss that opportunity to think about what I am going to create, what I'm going to offer, because it is increasing. It is insane. Okay, it is insane. I have been giving already a lot of value here by going every day debunking the myth that there is no data. Can you imagine what you will get when you join that link? Join that link and also share this information on your wall. Spread the word, because this information is very, very valuable, and people will love if you love to hear more about this. Every island in the Eastern Caribbean almost, and every island in the group that we are studying, Jamaica, Curacao, Turks and Caicos, they depend on cruise tourism. Now there you have the data, and you can spread the word so that more people can join these episodes and can benefit from what I'm saying. Now tomorrow I will be coming again, and I am curious, what kind of data do you still need? What are you struggling with? Type it below. Type it in this episode below. What kind of data do you struggle with, and what kind of analysis do you struggle with? Because we have presented already a lot of data. So there are a couple of things to do. One, join that CaribbeanStrategicBoardroom.com/waitlist to get notified. Two, read that document. Go to that document. 3, share this, spread the word. And 4, tell me, what are you struggling with? Give me what you're struggling with in the details below, and I will answer you. If you are living on one of those islands, Eastern Caribbean, Curacao, Jamaica, Turks and Caicos, that would be great, because I'm focusing right now on those islands. So that was it. That's the last episode for today. Sorry, it's not the last episode. It's coming to an end. It's coming to an end because I will soon go back to a weekly schedule. But tomorrow I will be again at around 4 o'clock. So make sure that you go and see me tomorrow at around 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Atlantic Standard Time, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.